Welcome to Sunday Sacred Self-Care class. My name is Greg. It's early Sunday, July 25th. I'm sorry, June 25th. Getting ahead of myself. This is the class for people that like to relax, take a load off, heal the mind, soothe the body with some yin and gentle yoga. If you see messages to live stream or record, thanks for go ahead and press those because your images, cameras are completely anonymous. I simply record and live stream to spread the class to as many friends who want it and need it as possible. Now I'm going to begin to find my own breath. I'm going to start breathing from down at my belly button. That's perfectly good and acceptable to do, whether seated or on your back. If you're watching for the first time, this is a different kind of yoga, a yoga of slow, gentle, peaceful movement designed to stimulate our rest and relaxation nervous system. The first 8 or 9 minutes is on the back or seated. Relax, sink into the floor, shoulders settle. We might swallow once and circle our jaw around. Isn't it nice to not have to rush from thing to thing, but to enjoy life as a infinite number of moments of right now? Even my cat is joining in. His name is Looney Bin, and he loves restorative yoga. All cats love yoga. Good, about 3 more minutes seated or lying on our back, being still. Welcome if you're just cruising in via Zoom or live stream or watching recorded. Doesn't matter how you got here, it just matters that you're here now. Good. Now we spend about a minute just feeling our feelings. It sounds unusual, but we breathe what we feel and feel what we breathe. We might find that to be a very relaxing and calming practice in Sunday sacred self-care class. About 2 more minutes of arriving, being, breathing, relaxing, chilling. Breathe what you feel what you breathe. Easy does it. Catch up with ourselves. Very good. So, friends have streamed in. Welcome, YouTubers, recorded class, Zoomers. Let's all take a big, deep inhale together, feeling our feelings. Exhale, release, pull the plug. And for just a few moments, we'll be calm and empty souls. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. You cannot, by taking thought, add one cubit to your measure. So it is said. Okay, if you're on your back, I suggest taking your arms up to the ceiling, lacing your hands, and pushing your arms back up over your head and kind of writhing around on the floor, stretching yourself out, feeling around for that first thing in the morning, stretchy, euphoric feeling. I call it writhing, and I think writhing in ecstasy once a day is Dr. Riley prescribes that. You might grin if you'd like. Good. Now draw your knees in for some knee hugging and back rolling. I call it turtles on their back. This class may well be mirthful, enjoyable, and somewhat amusing in addition to calming and relaxing. I don't think the two are mutually exclusive. Welcome to Zoomers, welcome to live streamers, welcome to those watching recordings. There's a lot of ways to get here, but what matters is that you're here. All right, now we're going to roll up or sit up together. Welcome, my name is Greg, and I'm some guy that teaches yoga. That's pretty specific. It ain't about me, it's about you. And in yoga, the deepest meaning of yoga is finding that internal conscious contact or connection. And today is calm and peaceful yoga that facilitates that glorious feeling that we know when we have it, and we certainly know when we don't. By the way, I do record and live stream, but your images are completely, absolutely anonymous. So YouTube and Zoom has figured that out. So thanks for accommodating. And now I presume we're all seated. Close your eyes and let's consider a spiritual principle. Anytime two or more are gathered for the purpose of cultivating peace, poise, and presence, that result is increased, amplified. So with our eyes closed, we might feel the wind in our sails, so to speak. Something greater than ourselves is going to work for us. In a moment, we'll start the movement, but yoga says yoga is the calming of the turbulence of the mind. And so if we still the body, the mind might slow down a little bit. This is the hardest pose for many humans, and they simply can't do it. They can't sit still. Because then you have to go inside of our head and heart and listen to our thoughts and feel our feelings in order to go any deeper. Good. So chanting is a big part of this class, this channel, this guy is the limit. We'll chant Om. Remember, you're muted, so you can belt it like Ethel Merman, or you can just listen. Oming is very healing. Inhale. Okay, this isn't religion. It's prayer hands. Drop your chin, close your eyes. God, love, source, spirit, infinite, higher, organizing wisdom, science, whatever you like to be called. bless us with the ideal practice for each of us individually and all of us collectively. Om Shalom. Amen. Great. All right, we start with joint juice. We go through the joints of the body, shoulders, 1, 2, 3. I colloquially call this joint juice. My teacher called it Viyama, the breakup of the congestion of the systems of the body, 6. Whatever it is, I don't care what you call it, I like it. And then other way with your shoulders, I'm polishing my knees at the same time, 3, 4. So we do joint juice through all the joints of our body. Then we do some yin yoga, slower, more patient poses. We conclude with restorative yoga. And I have you out of here in about 70, 75 minutes. 8. All right, inhale up together. I think most of these movements are available for most humans most of the time. Behind your back. If not, skip it. Behind your back. Go behind your neck. And say poof at the top. These are called poofs. After a while, you don't need so much evidence anymore. What you want is spiritual awakening or poof. Drag your hands up your chakras, go behind your neck. Explode a poof at the top. One more, please. It's no particular movement. It's the synergy, the synchronicity of them put into a vinyasa or a thread. Good. Relax your arms down. Now, we're going to switch the cross of our legs because they do go the other way. Now, I'm a huge proponent of yoga blocks. If you don't have any, buy some today and make sure you show up next time to my class with blocks. Now, an interesting thing about blocks is I could just rest my head on these blocks, and that's a restorative yin, gentle kind of yoga. You may not be able to lean forward so much, so your pose might be taller. It might even seem absurd, but something like that. But whatever it is, if you support your forehead and your buns as you lean forward, whether you're really flexible or very tight, it allows us to spend a few moments in the pose and support our lower back. So we'll do it on this side for about 45 seconds. You can roll out your forehead a little bit. I call that exfoliating your third eye. Relax, turn your mind off, float downstream, lift up the oars. And now I'm just going to hold still for 30 seconds. Very good. On your next inhale, come on up. Now I'm going to switch the cross of my legs. If you don't have blocks, some people use their elbows, but that's a deeper forward fold. You certainly can support yourself with your hands and just lean forward. Now, this is not who's the stretchiest person in class yoga. There's a place for that, but that's not this place. This is the close your eyes and feel your body in relation to your body, not somebody else's. Comparison is the thief of joy. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to who others are today. Relax your neck. You could even move your head around. I call it wagging your shag and dipping your dew. And we do this most rare thing, which is practice present moment consciousness. Life is 100 trillion consecutive moments of now. We know that, we've read all the spiritual books, but it's all just noise unless we actually experience it. Very good. On your next inhale, please to come up. Lovely. Okay, we're going to do some really wonderful arm movement. Arms up, arms out, arms forward, palms up. Pull in and give a little brush on your side. Go way back here and come around a front. Palms up, pull in. These movements not only obviously have their physical consequence, repercussion, whatever you want to call it, they also have a physiological, emotional, psychological benefit. Calm, peaceful movement. Arms forward, palms up. Good. Now pull in and rest your paws at your side like this. I'm going to wrap my thumb in my fist. I'm going to drop my chin. I'm going to close my eyes. And then you may or may not know it. That covers everybody. But we're going to do ujjayi breathing, which is simply making a little aspirant sound at the back of our throat by dragging the breath along the back of our throat. If that makes no sense, skip it. If it makes sense, do it. If nothing else, be conscious of your breath with your eyes closed. That will change everything. Good. Now we'll open our eyes. We'll push our hands out. We'll go super wide. This is internal rotation. I go way back here. I brush my kidneys going forward. I push out. I go wide. And each time I do it, I open up a little more space, right? It might be so microscopic, it's seemingly invisible, but patient improvement every single day is like watching your children grow. Before you know it, they're in college and you have to pay a lot of money for that. Go back here. But the point is that yoga is not a shortcut. It's patient, intelligent movement toward producing our results. Good, and we'll go up, we'll go out. All right. Now from here, these right fingertips, back left corner of my head, I'm going to tilt my pumpkin to the right. Now this left shoulder, heavy. Now I would not suggest a really strong chiropractic yank. I think slow, steady, patient, prudent pressure is prescribed. I love me an alliteration. Even drop your chin. No rush. We don't bounce from pose to pose. Oftentimes we bounce from thought to thought. So if we just make our movements calm and peaceful, the bouncing ball of thoughts will start to slow down, maybe even stop. Then you get a glimpse of eternity. Relax your mouth. Let go of fashion face. We all like to wear it. Not here to impress anybody. Give time. Good, now I'm going to click my head back. My head is 3 clicks. Click, click, click. Left finger's back right corner. And it tilts. Some people's heads tilt more than others. And thank God for that. If we were all the same and everybody did the same pose, we'd be automatons, we'd be robots. Drop your chin, relax your face, close your eyes. And here's an interesting thing. Experience your experience. What does it feel like to be you right here, right now? Up, here comes my giant black cat. He's going to attack me. Purr. He just trilled at me. This block smells terrific, he says. 2 more breaths. By the way, this is miraculous yoga. You don't have to even believe it. Just do it. Good. Click your head back up. Zink, dink, dink. Excellent. Now, 4 neck rolls. All 1. Relax your shoulders. 2. There he goes. Urgent call to the family room. 3. There are drapes to climb. 4. Other way. 1. There are things to knock off of tables. 3. Good. Now, this is called Jalandhara Bandha, but you don't need to know that. Just drop your chin down and close your eyes. If you know Ujjayi breathing, just creating a little texture at the back of your throat. When you inhale and exhale, still through your nose, and that little aspirant, whispery, cloudy sound in the back of your throat, it does a host of things. It drowns out thinking, it soothes and calms, it extends the breath. We're not going anywhere. We're not in a hurry to get to the next better thing. Can hardly wait to get this first marriage over so I can get married again to somebody super wonderful. I'm being somewhat flip, but you get the idea. Let's make the most of what we have, shall we? I was at the golf course the other day. They have a large banquet room for weddings. They're running a special. Get married, get your first marriage here, get your second marriage at half off. I'm not married. I can give advice on marriage. I'm the world's best relationship counselor because I can observe it from the outside. All right. Good job, you guys. Now, take your hands, and I love it when teachers say, go like this. Go like this. Go like this. Other way. Otra dirección in alemán, por favor. Doesn't this feel good? I think this makes you handy, handsome, and able to handle life. Good. This is called shaking poop off of your hands. Gross. Shake it off. Shake it off. Shake off pain, worry, fear, dread, anxiety. Those are viruses of mind, and we can be healed. Good. And then say hello to calm and peaceful thinking. When our state of consciousness changes, all of our circumstances change. They are one and the same. Did you know that? Did you know that you are always watching your mind? Good. Now, elbows in, thumbs out. Take your paws back here. Now drop your chin, cave your chest down. Exhale. Good. Now inhale, speed the plow, buns up. Now we have some circus performers in class. They go so high that their head hits the floor. Then we have people who are stiff as a boiled owl and their high knees barely escalate. Perfect. Good, yogis, and come on down. All right, now from that was dorsiflexion. Let's do a little more dorsiflexion. Touch your elbows together. Maybe widen your hands a little so you don't hurt yourself. And be extra super careful as you lean into your hands unless you're about 3 years old. Some people, based on the articulation and shape of their bones, the heels of their hands come all the way down, not even a problem. They never couldn't do it. They did a lot of yoga in a previous lifetime in order to move into a body like this time. Drop your chin again. I want you to quit worrying about stuff. I want you to say inside of your head, things are always working out for me. You're an eternal spiritual being. Your parent is the universe. You're going to be around forever. Any challenge or obstacle or obstruction right now is simply a springboard to a new way of being. This too shall pass. And if we learn our lessons wisely, these are difficulties we won't have to meet in the future. That's called productive suffering. Okay, come up and out. Now, arms out. And now finally some fun. These are called scary crows, where you go side to side like this. And you do the uh-oh, what'd you bring me? What'd you bring me? Please don't be a lizard. Oh, you can't have that. You can't have that. Haha. Cat's eating wire. Sorry. Side to side. Having children is hard, which is why I don't have them, but I do have a cat. Making children is easy. Sorry. Side to side. Notice how nature makes making them easy first. Side to side. Good. Now internal rotation, hands behind your back, up to your bra strap. Pack your wrists into your armpits. And I've got a friend out there right now. She has her camera on and she likes to touch her elbows together. Drop your chin, close your eyes. By the way, since this is being live streamed and recorded, please remember, I promise, your images and names are perfectly anonymous. I'm just trying to get the word of peace and poise and presence out to the world. And by liking or viewing or commenting, it really helps. Yoga is one way the world might save itself. We better find peace on the outside, because on the inside, it's never going to be imposed from the outside. Hey, you guys start being peaceful and then so will I. It'll never work that way. Arms out. Good. Now, just take your hands around and cool them off after that. Inhale, yogis. Now, lace your hands and turn your palms up and rest your knuckles on your head. Don't you like that feeling? It relaxes your shoulders. You don't have to hold your arms up. Now exhale. Inhale, stretch your arms up to this sky. This sky is the limit. Turn right and an easy twist. Left hand, right knee, right arm behind your back. Close your eyes. It's darker. We're not going anywhere. By closing our eyes, we send a signal to our nervous system that it's safe. We don't sense saber-toothed tigers or velociraptors or tax collectors around anywhere. And thus our parasympathetic nervous system starts to kick in. Notice whatever emotional state, boredom, anxiety, enthusiasm, wild excitement, indifference, whatever, just feel those little emotional ripples on the surface of something much larger. Some people only live on the surface of their life, and that's one way to do it. It's just a lot is missed. Inhale and release out. Good. All right. To do the other side, we're going to switch the cross of our legs. It feels good. Now this is fun. Lace your fingers one finger over like you're holding hands with somebody new and exciting, yourself. Self, meet yourself. Knuckles on your head. I didn't get that. Sorry. Siri just pisses me off. Good, now stretch up hella high. Now sit up nice and tall. Inhale. Exhale, left, 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 left. Right hand, left knee, left arm behind you. Now, if this was one of my super vigorous classes that I teach, I would give a host of modifications to twist yourself, to squeeze the stuffing out of yourself. But this is just medium. There are interesting numbers between 1 and 10, 4, 5, 6. Get to know them. This is the middle ground as prescribed by the Buddha. We can't force spirituality, but we can accommodate it. We can open up to it. We can allow it. Inhale here and come out, friendly friends. Good. Time to do something other than sit. So we'll stretch our legs out. Stretch your legs out. Wiggle my legs a little, jiggle, wiggle. Now I'm spanning my toes open like that, sticking them out super wide. And that's plantar flexion. Sorry, yeah, that's plantar, that's dorsi. I should know now. I've only been doing it since the Ford administration. The who? Good. Now, stretch your arms up. This is called Dandasana, staff pose. If this hurts your back and you can't really sit like this with your legs extended and your arms up, I'm glad I've caught you, because you better start doing more of this, because if you can't sit with your arms up, I don't mean to be negative, but it's time to start doing some yoga. Sorry, my cat. I thought I'd do it a preemptive attack. If you want, ow, ow. If you want, you can hold your cat up over your head like this. He likes this, by the way. I love my cat. He loves me. We like playing. We've been doing since we were kiddies. Good, and now set your cat down off to the side. Now show me your hands. Put your hands where I can see them. Set your hands on the floor on top of your cat. Oh boy, he's really biting. And lift up your butt. I have to learn to practice patience when I'm being mauled by my mountain puma. Good, yogis, and sink on down. Great. Cobbler's pose. Yogis call it Baddha Konasana. It used to be called cobbler's pose because people that made shoes would sit down like this. Now, I went to a yoga class with Greg and reflexology broke out. We're going to massage the middle center bottom of our feet. Now, my YouTube page is approaching 1 million subscribers, not to watch me, but because they like to watch my cat run up and down the tower behind me. So this is the heart lung center of your foot. Calm, peaceful massage stimulates the heart and lungs. Good. Now hold in with some steady pressure. Just push in a little bit. Not so hard that your feet break, but we want to soften the heart. Now I'm just going to lean forward ever so gently. I'm not going to bounce or pull or pry or push or poke or promote or puncture or any other P words. Drop your chin. I could easily come down and wear my feet like an oxygen mask, but I'm not going there today. If your cat is suddenly in striking distance, you can pet them whilst you're doing this. Now I'm gently going to wag my knees. There's a type of massage called Traeger where you actually shake people a little bit to remove residual tension, just a little of that. Good. Now hold still, drop your chin, and say to yourself inside of yourself, I am a calm and peaceful soul. Good, friends. Excellent. Now we'll counterpose. Wow, I am bleeding in multiple places. Bring your knees in together. I asked for it. Now bring your heels into your bottom. Some can, some can't. I can't bring my heels all the way into my bottom. And then wrap around your knees like this. Squeeze your knees together if you can. Grab your elbows if you can. And see where my head is in relation to the cat tower. Float your head up. Drop your chin, relax your shoulders, and be your own main squeeze. There's one relationship that we'll have our entire life. Some relationships will last a night. We've had those. Some will last a month. We've had those. Some will last a couple of years. Some will last 40 or 50 years, but the relationship you have with yourself will last forever. That's the one that is paramount. Yoga is the building and the strengthening of that relationship. It takes time. Long-term relationships are long-term relationships because they're long-term relationships. 5 cents, please. Good. Now, we're going to pray with our hands and our feet. Now, you might think this doesn't seem so gentle. So you could put your feet down if you're unhappy. Otherwise, just lift them up a little. Clap that you're doing yoga with your friends with your hands and your feet. Good. So this is some balance. It's a modicum of strength. It's kind of fun. It's weird. Those are 4 of my favorite qualities. Fun and weird are top 2. Good. Now I'm going to grab my big toes. If you can't, boy, are you in the right place. Good. And now this is called driving the carriage. Now I'm not straightening my legs. I'm actively bending my knees. And with my chest, I feel like I'm moving my car seat forward, okay? And I'm pulling the steering wheel in. What's the first thing you do when you get in a car that you've not driven? You adjust the seat, the steering wheel, the mirrors. So do that here. Relax your shoulders and just balance for a sec. If you do it perfectly, your body will go weightless and then time will disappear and then you'll be fully, completely enlightened during my class. And then you're going to owe me for that because it's going to happen sooner or later. Good. Now just straighten out lefty if you want. And then maybe straighten out righty. Just have a little fun, very little fun. Straighten out lefty. Straighten out righty. It's okay if they don't straighten all the way. One more. And one more. And then just both at the same time. To me, this pose looks very welcoming. And bring your feet in for a landing and sets them down. Great. We're doing good. Now pump your knees a little bit. Shake out your south of the border region, Guadalajara, Peru, all the way down to Patagonia. Wiggle it. Good. Now here's one that you may or may not like. I like to cover everybody. I'm going to take this right shin. I'm going to take my right shin. I'm going to fold it under. Now for many tight people, there's a technical term for this feeling. It's called hell. If it's really bad, just lean way over on your left elbow. That'll take a lot of pressure off your knee and your ankle and your hip. But after a while, you'll be able to sit up. And then after a while, you'll be able to simultaneously lace your hands behind your head. And I have friends that can bring their right elbow down to the floor. So see the spectrum from left elbow to right elbow. Close your eyes, it's darker. Calm your mind. You might think, everything always is working out for me. Even the worst things that have ever happened to me have always worked out in my favor. How many friends do we know that the worst thing that ever happened always evolves into the best thing because that's just the way it works? We're spiritual beings having a material experience, and no material circumstance can ever extinguish that. Yay. Good. Inhale. Come on up, friendly friends. Now stretch your arms up and release out. Now here's the biggest variable of all. I've got friends who can lean all the way on their back, not a problem. And on Sunday, I just lean back on my hands and I close my eyes until I can feel the front of my right leg, my right hip, my chest open. And some people can't lean back at all. Some people can go flop all the way on their back with their arms up over their head. And I'm going to have to lean that up to you. I'm going to have to leave that up to you. But whatever you do, especially if you're new, you're going to have to learn your own body. I can only say so much. We'll hold this for 15 more seconds. If you don't like it, you need it. If you do like it, enjoy it. The way my body is constructed, it needs just a little bit of this. Good, and come on up. A great benefit of doing yoga over a long period of time is you learn your own body, its own karma and construction, and you learn to love what it does and what it doesn't do. And that's a really cool thing. Arms up. A lot of people do a lot of things with their bodies that I can't. And God, thank God. Turn to the right and bring your left hand down to your right thigh or hip or foot and just have a little twisty over to the right. No rush. We're going to do yoga all day long today. After this class ends, you'll just keep doing yoga all day long. Yoga is the practice of presence. Good, yogis. Now we'll come on out. We'll get our poor tortured right leg out. We'll get a hold of it and grab your foot. Just wing it around. Today we're having wings. Other way. Now it's optional to say woo, woo. Good. Now, if the anterior malleolus, the pointy thing, doesn't go outside your knee, you can set it down here. But just don't set your ankle, the top of your foot on. Puts too much pressure on your ankle and on your knee. So it might take a while to get into this pose. If this is no bueno, just set your foot down there. Okay? Don't kill yourself in my class. I haven't lost a student yet. Arms out. Big hugs. Right arm under. Now grab your shoulders and love all over yourself. Oh, there's nobody like you. Where have you been all my life? Oh, baby, you might say. Now fold up your arms like this, and then go ups and downs with your elbows. This is yin, it's restorative, it's relaxing, it's calming. Now elbows all the way to the right as far as they go, face all the way to the left as far as it goes. Drop your chin, close your eyes. This is called Madonna. This is called holding the baby up away from the dingo. It certainly moves body parts, but it cultivates an interior experience. This pose is a prayer. I've always considered yoga poses physical prayers. Good, now bring elbows back. Hands slide to elbows, elbows come up. To a large degree, this Sunday class is a sermon, but with movement. So what I mean by that is there's a spiritual message always being delivered, one of hope and love and spiritual uplift. And as we move our body, generally we can receive it better. Good, now arms down. Good. Now take your thumbs, middle, center, bottom of your feet, just massage in there for a few moments. Now kind of puncture with some thumbnail. So it's stimulating. I'll leave your level of stimulation up to you. Seems only fair. Now we're going to chant Om, feeling this. Big inhale. Feel that. Good. Now I'm taking my hands out. Now, only I am going to spin in this direction just for demonstration purposes. Now, I can easily relax all the way on my back in this pose, but if you want to just lean on your hands, that's fine. Here's something that I think is terribly interesting because I thought of it, and I'm not much, but I'm all I think about. My legs are still like this. I put this in my bra strap, and then I say something like, ah. But now you may not be able to do this. You might just go here. You might be way more flexible than I am, and you just lay on your back and throw your arms over your head like Marilyn Monroe. And we're just going to do this for a minute or so, maybe slightly longer on this one as we get into some of the more patient poses in practice. I do like to grab my elbows here and stretch myself. I'm even going to turn my head down one. And I'm going to La La Land. I'll meet you there. Remember, you can always make up a slight variation that suits your body. As long as you're in this room, you will heal and uplift. Good, now stay in the pose. Biggest inhale from your belly button. Inhale your belly button up to the ceiling. Exhale, relax. Okay, friends, now slowly come up out of situation. This t-shirt makes me look fat. I'm not fat, by the way. It's simply a optical illusion created by the t-shirt and the lighting. You should see me with my t-shirt off. I'm amazing. This bulge here is just an optical illusion. Now, just slightly lean forward as a counter pose. Don't overdo it. Don't push. Just lean into your life. Does this t-shirt make me look fat? That's one of those questions you shouldn't answer. I'm the slightly neurotic yoga instructor. I don't do yoga because I'm spiritual. I do it because I need it. Alrighty, friends, come on up out of that fun sequence. I really liked it. I hope you did too. Now I'm going to undoes my legs. Yay. Woo. We're going to stretch them out. We're going to jigulate them. We're going to get jiggy with it. Now, on this side, I can't really fold my shin under. Actually, I can because of a meniscus. So I'm going to lean way over here. Now, this is the one where you're going to sit up and hands behind your head and bring your elbow down on this side. I hope I don't have to pay for that. And we're going to lean this way. Now, I've arrived at this point at the ripe old age of 46 years old. Well, 86. I forgot. We're just going to lean over. I've arrived at the point where I can't do everything all the time. And that's okay. I can do most things most of the time. And when it really counts, I can come through. If you get my drift. Isn't it nice? There's just a special magic about just being in a room with other yogis, moving our body with like mind. Just because we're not in the same physical location, we are in the same conscious location, and there's great power there. Do not dismiss or discount. Come up. Keep your legs where they is, arms up like this. Turn left. Bring your right hand down to your left hip or left foot and squeeze some crap out of yourself. Tall spine, shoulders relaxed, eyes closed. Breathe. It's good to be here now rather than there then. I used to be a then master. Now I'm a now master. Inhale. Now release out. Come back. Now my left shin is still folded under. This is that big variable where some people will lean all the way on their back with immunity and impunity, and stiffies will scarcely lean back. Close your eyes, feel your feels, cool your jets, calm your mind, follow your breath, and blah your blah. This is not the figure it out class. All right, and we'll come up out of that. Now, mercifully, we get to drag our left leg out. We'll grab our left foot and our left knee, and we will lubricate our acetabulum, which is our hip joint. Note how I carefully pulled out of an obscenity there. We're lubricating our acetabulum. Ah, not my first rodeo, it's my second. Good job. Now from here, here's the deal, you guys. This pointy thing on the outside, for some, it just plops over, the knee drops, not a problem. If that's horrible, don't be horrible today. Just leave it out there, but not just right on top like that and break your knee and your ankle. Unless you want to, I don't know. Now I'm going to pull back on my hi, how you doings. Big hugs, not drugs. Hugs, not drugs. That's on my bumper sticker of my car. It used to say hugs and drugs, but then I got a new car and a new bumper sticker. We'll go side to side a little bit because it's heck of fun. We're just a group of sea lions doing our sea lion stuff. Peace on earth, goodwill to sea lions. Good, now left arm under. Now make out with yourself. Oh, yeah, baby. Yep, I know just how to do it. Now fold up your arms, if you can. Then oops and downs with your elbows. This gets out trauma and tribulation. This gets out the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, of which none of us are immune. It comes along with going to earth. Now elbows very much to the left, chest too, face all the way to the right. Tilt your head to the right, drop your chin, close your eyes, and hold the baby up above the baying dingoes. Radiate ripples of peace everywhere you go. Peace starts within. Be the change we wish to see in the world. No, you change first, then I'll change. I don't think so. Good, now slide your hands out to your elbows like magic. Bring your elbows up. We'll reframe side to side. I find this mildly ecstatic to do this. We have ecstasy points all around our body, not just the usual subjects, but everywhere. Every cell is potentially euphoric. Good, now bring your arms down. Now this is my favorite. Left forearm on top. 737 winglets with your hands. 737 droplets. Tall spine, shoulders relaxed, chin level. Close your eyes. Place the tip of your tongue on the roof of your mouth. and be a calm and peaceful soul. And the most interesting instruction in human history: stop thinking. Good kids. Now swim through the pool toward me. We just dove into a blue lagoon. Now, again, you really should get yourself some yoga blocks. I sell them on my website for $500 a piece. Now I'm going to grab my left wrist with my right hand behind my back. And if you're just tight as heck, you might need a larger, you might need to build a larger edifice for yourself, something like that. But I want you to find a balance between your head and your hips. Now, our head has one motive in life, and our hips often have their own ideas, and sometimes they conflict, don't they? We might be able to do God's will with our head, and our hips are like, no thanks. I'd kind of like to do what I want down here. So this balances that. Have your hips ever led you astray? It's okay. We make mistakes. We work it out. Next inhale, come on up. Kids, we're in the Om stretch now, the Om stretch. So just a couple more things, and then we'll finish with the most delicious restorative pose in human history. Good marketing. Take your thumbnails. There's a pressure point just below your big toe metatarsal. It's called Kashipra, and it associates with vision. I'm taking my thumbnail in underneath my big toe metatarsal. And when I massage there, it makes me go, ooh, things that make you go, ooh, and kind of dig in until you go, ah. Make a lot of vowels. Good, now push in till you go, e. Push kind of deep unless you're a newbie, and then you'll be freaking out. It's okay. Good, now we're going to chant a long Om. And I do chant for a long time. There's a yoga reason for doing that. Inhale. We are calm, peaceful souls. Now, one more yoga position before we do a long restorative. And this is just the B side of the A side, just as an aside. You might not be able to lean back at all in this based on stuff. You might put 10 pillows back here. And voila. You might be able to lean all the way on your back like a mollusk. But whatever you do, find the middle ground of sensation. Chillax. Relax your butt. Relax your heart. Relax your arms. Relax your throat. Relax your world. This is typically where my cat jumps on my face, so you just got to practice calm, confident trust. And if your cat were to jump on your face, everything would always be working out for you. Hi, big guy. Hello. I love you. I love you. Now, I think you should release about 10, 20, 30 years of accumulated stress, tension, trauma, dysfunction, PTSD. Just let it go all at once. You never know when your big day is coming. The exceedingly abundant, above and beyond. It's coming for all of us, just on different schedules. Okay, friends, we will exit this one. Now, I find the next one super fascinating for a variety of reasons. A, it's our concluding extra super relaxing pose for 5 to 6 minutes, maybe 7 if you're good. B, my cat is in the way of the prop over here. He looks like a beached beaver over here. And C, this involves my largest yoga prop of all, my recliner. Oh, hi, baby. Hello. Mm, mm. Public display of affection. You sit on the piano bench. Now, I've got a recliner with magic sliders on the bottom. You might have an ottoman. You might have pillows. You might have a couch or a chair that you could slide over to. Be that as it may, what you have is fine for you. Now, what I'm going to do and what you're going to do, because we're all going to do it, let's do it. We're going to put our calves up on the ottoman, the chair, the couch, the recliner, the pillows, the cat, the dog. And then I'm going to slide my booty in. Now I've got this wonderful purple cushion that I slide underneath my keister. Oh, oh yeah. It's Minnesota yoga. And now this is extra ecstatic, lose your mind, pop your corks, get extra happy, go to La La Land together yoga. And we'll do this for about 7 minutes. This is Shavasana finishing Greg shuts up pose. Good, the pose starts now. We're floating downstream. You lifted up the oars. You feel the current taking us to the ocean. You've done brilliantly. You've done the possible. Let's let God, love, Source, Yoga do the impossible for us. Please make sure you're muted. Please make sure you're muted. Good. Bonus relaxing minutes. Good. Now stay in the pose, relax even more, release more, open mind, open heart. This is something we do every Sunday. It's from choice. If you'd like to invite God, love, source, infinite higher organizing principle, IHOP in for short, now's a good time to do it when there's a nice blending of soul and spirit. So you might say something like, "Come on in, universe, fill me up." Good. Now, if you prayed that powerful prayer with me, we could wiggle our fingers and toes and circulate ESFG, extra super feel God, through ourselves. Very healing. It's the elixir of life. It is the literal fountain of youth. Good. Breathe back into your body, feeling good. When you're ready, you can bring your knees in just enough to roll over to your right side. Fetal position for a few moments, letting the whole practice sink into our mind, body, soul, and spirit. Good. Now, keeping your eyes closed to keep the creamy filling on the inside, we'll sit up together and we will have come full circle. Good. And we're sitting together, hands to our heart, drop our chin. If you go deep into you and I go deep into me, we come to the same place together. The yogis call that Namaste. How much fun that was to practice with you guys today. Now I'm gonna, if you're watching on YouTube, I'm gonna discontinue that.